After having a rough idea on Fiverr and how it works, you may start to think, what if I have too much traffic and I can't cope with them? What if I do not have enough time to finish the work? Is there any way for me to earn money but at the same time save my effort so that I don't have to work like a dog but still get my income? I can tell you, yes, there is a way for you to save your time and effort without cutting away from your income. The answer is brokering. So, who is a broker? What is brokering and how does it help? A broker is a go-between in making relationships, for example, a marriage broker. Otherwise, a broker is commonly known as the third party to a transaction providing a service to one of the parties, whereby the client could do the particular service by themselves but chooses not to. Thus, the broker mobilizes resources to facilitate exchange and action on the ground. Brokers establish a tenuous relationship with a large number of carriers. It is a marketing tool which acts as facilitators, middlemen, and matchmakers, the latter being the most common service. Now, how do you become a successful Fiverr broker who can earn a lot with minimum effort? There are several things to focus on before you become a successful Fiverr broker. Let me guide you through this ebook. First of all, identifying your need is a very important part. You don't want to extend your traffic in too many fields. Observe the marketplace and look for a niche that you can slip into. The biggest need will be in an area where the supply and demand structure is sluggish or does not otherwise satisfy the consumers and suppliers. Here, consumers equate to your client while suppliers are the outsource you find to provide the service for you. Services or specialty products are usually easier industries to break into as new middlemen. You must not stretch yourself too thin and be specific in one type of product or service. For example, if you are talented in graphic design, you can choose to reach out to people who are in need of specialization in this field, both consumers and suppliers. Prevent yourself from being obsolete by diversifying the sources and specifics of the overall product or service you're specializing in. Secondly, you will need to set up your own business. When you work as an independent middleman, you'll be establishing your own business. You will need to research on any restrictions involved and what kind of service you want to provide. Of course, by setting up your own business, you will need your traffic to flow in, which I will teach you later on. After getting your business and needs checked, it is time for you to research on your potential consumers and suppliers. Determine who the consumers of your chosen product or service are. It will depend on the nature of your intended business. Like I have mentioned above, you need to be specific and find your niche. Quality comes first before quantity. The quality of the service you provide to consumers must be top-notch, and the quality of the overall experience you offer to both suppliers and consumers must be of a high grade too. You can maximize success by becoming the person whom your consumers and suppliers turn to for a better experience. Of course, you will want your consumers to be satisfied with your job so that they will become loyal to you. Naturally, you'll be highly rated if you provide customer satisfaction, and highly rated services attract more traffic. This is actually a direct proportional act which will affect each other. Next, find as many potential suppliers for your chosen product or service as possible. Do your research on each one and narrow down the possibilities to the top 10. This is to ensure the returned work will be in good quality, which makes finding the right suppliers an important task to do. Furthermore, it is generally safer to work with multiple suppliers instead of a single source, regardless of the product or service you work with. Your business will go under as soon as your supplier decides to stop working with you, if you only have one supplier for your service. Moving on, you may ask for a quote. Contact your potential consumers and ask them to give their price quote on a certain quantity of product or quality of service. For example, you may request for an add-on with every extra 100 words written, or any extra colors for a logo design. But remember, add-ons must be reasonable or else you might scare them off. Negotiate with them so that you both can have the best price given. But of course, the needs and quotes of every single consumer may vary in different ways. Next, you can add your cuts to the cost. This is because you will earn money being a middleman by earning a certain commission from each sale you make. The exact amount can vary. It is based on how much your consumer offers and how much you offer to your suppliers. For example, your consumer offers you 10 USD for every 200 words for the content. You outsource this job to your supplier, ask for 2,000 words for the content, and offer a total of 30 USD. 2,000 words are equivalent to 100 USD, which means you have earned a total of 70 USD with the least effort. After the product is returned to you from the supplier, you may proceed to pass the information to your consumer. Listening to your consumer's feedback is also an important note to take. This is because you need to understand what your consumer really wants for their service and whether the service that your supplier gives to you matches the expectations of your consumer. The idea you have in your head may not be the best course of action. It is always good to have an open mind and be flexible to any idea provided. Observe both sides of your business carefully to determine how well your current process works and where you might need to improve. You may even consider asking the parties you work with to rate the experience or answer a few survey questions about it. Also, you have to stay responsive to both your consumers and suppliers. Make yourself easy to reach by giving out your contact number, social media accounts, or email. This is so that if there are any questions from any side, you will be able to respond quickly and clear their doubts. It is a win-win situation whereby you will gain a good reputation among your consumers and suppliers, and at the same time, get your own profits earned. So finally, why brokering? This is because it helps you to earn easy money. Who doesn't want to earn money with the least effort spent? Of course, I wouldn't say there's no effort spent because you will still need to generate your traffic to your account and optimize your profile in order to gain population. But you can lay back and see the money go into your account after that. Brokering also helps you to save time. After you have outsourced most of your work to your suppliers, they are the ones who will be busy. As for you, you may take your own sweet time and save on legwork. You see, just by taking some extra actions, you can make your life so much easier. You don't have to work like a dog to earn your income. Working smart is more efficient than working hard and will double up your saved time and work. So why hesitate? Let me show you how to be a successful Fiverr broker in no time. On Fiverr, the procedure of being the middleman, in other words, brokering, can be complicated if you're not familiar with the system. From communicating and getting information from the customers, looking for and dealing with freelancers, to the delivering of work, it would be a big problem if you do not know the right way of doing this. In this video, I'll teach you about the brokering system and lead you step by step through the whole procedure. Without further ado, let's get started. Step 1. Connect with the client. This would be the most important part amongst all the other steps. Connecting with the client and understanding their needs are the keys to success, so communication with the client is essential. Throughout the conversation, get as much information as you can to understand clients' needs. The key point here is to be specific. Quality work can only be delivered when you can achieve what your clients want. If needed, collect the necessary files to be sent to the freelancers. Once you have obtained the information from your client, list them down and state the prices for each gig. Send them the custom offer according to their requirements. However, remember that they might not take up the offer if the price is too expensive. But once they've accepted the offer and made the payment, you can then proceed to the next step. Step 2 is to look for the freelancer. If you've already been in the business for some time, you would have already built up some connections with freelancers. Send the request from the client to freelancer. Take note before sending the request to rearrange the details of the gig. If there are special requirements from the client, list them as special remarks. Always remember to be specific on the request of the client when you convey the message to your freelancer. When both of you have made a mutual agreement on the work, set a timeline due. Set the date at least 30 days before the actual delivery date to your client. This is to ensure that there is still a period of time for you to make changes to refine the work. For example, if you are requested to deliver the job within a week, give your freelancer 4 to 5 days to complete the job. After dealing with the freelancers, you can now spare some time to connect with other clients or other jobs. However, note that you will have to keep track of the work progress. According to how you've dealt with your client, the date of delivery is already set. You can't afford to deliver it later than the date because this would definitely leave a bad impression on your clients. So be sure to keep in touch with the freelancer to check on the work progress. You must also be wise in choosing the right timing. Knowing the progress of the work is important, but you must also know when to look for the freelancer. Depending on the duration for delivery, you will need to set your timing. For instance, if the duration of delivery is within a week, you can contact the freelancer every once in 2 days. This is to make sure that the work is up to standard, as well as to keep both of you up to the timeline. Like I have mentioned earlier, get the work from the freelancer at least 3 days before the delivery date to do a final check on the work. Delivering good quality work is the key to keeping your clients happy. Therefore, to ensure the quality of work is up to standard, get the work earlier from the freelancer to avoid last-minute changes. When you are checking on the quality of work, always take the client's requirements into account. The quality of the work is based on the requirements from clients. It is neither up to you nor the freelancer to decide. Thus, check the work based on the information provided by your client. If needed, request for final revision of the work. Lastly, deliver the work to your client. Once you've gotten the entire work from your freelancer, compile them and save it in zip file if needed. Double or even triple check the work. A small tip here: create a checklist. For example, if you are requested to create a logo and have to save it in different formats, list them down on a paper. Check on the files and make sure you have all the formats in the folder. A checklist will ease your work on this. Finally, deliver it to your client. Finally, our section has come to an end. I hope you've learned something. Now, in this very last section, I will give some suggestions on tools that would enhance your brokering business and overcome some challenges you've encountered. I am sure you would want to know about techniques to ease up your management, right? When I say management, it is not just about brokering, but also includes your time management and social media management. As we all know, people nowadays do not carry their laptops everywhere. We are more likely to carry our phones and tablets when we go out. The reason is obvious. Not only is it for convenience, but it is also lighter to carry. So I'm going to suggest a few applications for iOS and Android users to smooth up the brokerage. Sound good to you? Let's get started. There are some basic applications that we all know. For example, Dropbox. Dropbox gives you 2 gigs of free cloud storage, and you can bump that up to 1 terabyte for $10 a month. Dropbox provides a wide range of features, including shared folders synced across multiple users and devices. Don't just send your clients your Fiverr seller's Dropbox link. Put the file in your own Dropbox and send them the link from your account. Besides that, you could also use Skype to communicate with your client or freelancer. Normally, people will not reject a phone call through Skype. It is essential for you if you manage to talk to your client and freelancer. The chances of knowing them are higher as compared to pure writing. When it comes to a billing issue, I would suggest you use Nutcash. It accepts credit cards and PayPal. It's free, easy, and painless to bill your client. The important thing is that it looks extremely professional. In order to look professional in gaining your client's trust, create a simple one-page website to show some of the samples you've sold. Display what your business is about, and why are you the best for them. Trust me, it's more convincing to use your own professional-looking site instead of just a few lines of description. WordPress is a good platform to build a site for people to understand and read at ease. Remember to keep your site simple and nice. In addition, there are some free applications for phones and tablets that are useful to you too. However, an application like Mail Tracker is only available for iOS users. The biggest obstacles for projects to get completed can be when people refuse to read their emails, which is where Mail Tracker comes in handy. This helpful iOS app syncs with the iPhone's mailbox and can send you a detailed notification of when the other person reads a message, where they read it from, and etc. It is very convenient for you when you are checking the process with your freelancers. In this case, you can tell whether they are telling lies or whether they are really busy. In case you are a forgetful person, Pushbullet ensures that you never forget anything. The app syncs with your computer and can display all of your notifications from your phone right on the screen. Pushbullet can let you send files between devices, which can be immediately downloaded. So you would lessen the risk of missing any job review for your freelancer before you send it out to your client. The best thing about Pushbullet is that it's available on a variety of platforms, including iOS, Android, Chrome, and Firefox. If you prefer to buy an app with more features, here's my suggestion. When it comes to project management, Basecamp is one of the biggest names around. The service provides a centralized place for organizing and coordinating projects, allowing teams to create notes, lists, and schedules, upload files and plans, assign and manage tasks, and communicate with colleagues about progress on each individual element. In this case, it is easier for you to communicate with your freelancers on the progress. With the company's multi-platform approach, you can view and edit anything you need from any device you have handy. However, you'll need a Basecamp subscription, which is free for 60 days, that runs anywhere from $20 to $150 a month. It is available for iOS, Android, and also the web. Next is an app for you to keep yourself on track. Unfortunately, it is only available for iOS and Mac users. Clear is a simple and well-designed to-do list to help you stay on track. You can easily drag and reorder your to-dos, and adding a new item is as easy as pulling down your list and typing it in. When you're done with a task, just swipe right. Clear makes it easy to jot down a thing you need to do and pull it up on either your Mac, iPhone, or iPad, and it all syncs over iCloud. If you're really weak in planning and time management, this app will definitely give you some help. Finally, we have come to the very last part of the section. Here, I would like to talk about some social media managing apps that I have mentioned in the previous sections, which are Buffer and ManageFlitter. Buffer is a software application designed to manage social networks. Buffer allows users to schedule posts sent through the application to the user's social media accounts. This feature can schedule and send posts to Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, App.net, and Google+. There are various default time slots in the application, which are based on the times during the day when social media users are most active online. The free version of this app only allows 10 posts at a given time and only allows the management of one social media account per social media website. On the other side, there is a paid version of Buffer named Awesome that allows you to schedule 100 posts at any time and allows the management of up to 10 social media profiles. It is available for both iOS and Android users and also the web. On the other hand, ManageFlitter is a web-based application that assists Twitter users to gain insight into their Twitter account. ManageFlitter provides a set of tools that allows Twitter users to effectively curate, prune, and grow their Twitter account. In addition, ManageFlitter provides an easy way for users to integrate their Google+ account with their Twitter account. It also allows Twitter users to identify people who don't follow them or lack other desirable traits and subsequently unfollows them. ManageFlitter users can analyze their Twitter account data in a variety of ways with ManageFlitter.